little bit different. I was going to take the Ironsworn rule set and kind of reskin it to give it a more cyberpunk feel. I know there's a lot of big projects, kind of a lot of work in progress where people are reskinning all the assets and things, but I just want to demonstrate how you can just take another rule set and adapt it to your own campaign setting. And this is something I learned from another channel called Artichoke Dip. If I knew how to link it, I would. So our campaign takes place in the not too distant future, where a large estate has been cleared to make a gigantic shopping complex. And in this future, people live, consumers physically live in the shopping malls, and they don't venture out from fear of being gunned down by the super boomers who are machine gunning snowflakes from their RVs. The campaign starts in the Burnupfield shopping centre, and this is a large super mall where consumers live and work and stream to better themselves within this community. To the left is a large industrial complex, and to the right is a large generator complex which supports this giant multi-story complex. And to the north is where all the workers live. But in this society, we don't acknowledge, north doesn't even have, it's not even considered a direction, it's just a famous person's like baby name. And for all intents and purposes, they can't even see north. To the south is a large road leading into the complex and miles and miles of parking. I say most of the consumers won't leave here because these roads are prowled by Uber boomers who are red-faced, gleaming white teeth maniacs who will, run people off the road and things. A bit like Mad Max, but with RVs and, nicer haircuts. And our story is going to take place in the yellow zone. And within this complex, people aspire, depending on their credit rating, you have the yellow, you have the red, and then you have the gold zone. And our main character is called KDuster64. And in this future, people use their handles, their streamer tag, as opposed to their real names, because, their real names aren't fashionable anymore. And this guy is like a self-styled vigilante, and he's targeting another streamer called TP666. And this guy streams, he's like a murderer, but he murders, for his view count. And this guy is a bit like a perverted justice operative in that, he bolsters his online presence by, dishing out justice to those who deserve it. And he's armed with a knuckle duster, which will be his deadly weapon, which will double our attacks. And this is like a force multiplier, so it's a bit like a power weapon. For any of you who like, 40k and things like that. He has a camera, of course, for streaming, and he has a subscription for 30 days to the latest fashions. And I envisioned in this future that people's clothes and hair would change, from hour to hour or place to place, based on algorithms that would react to what's trending and would update your clothes and your hair and your style. And it's because of this why investigators like KDuster are needed to bring those to justice, because it's very hard to find people in real life because, their style and their location can change so quickly. So without further ado, we'll start in the yellow zone, and I do have a custom table here, so I'm just going to sketch out where we're going to start. So we're going to start near this fountain and benches. He's just taking the weight off his feet. And we're going to roll what our closest stores are, because with it being a shopping mall, everything's a store. So, so we've got a close store here. 8 is collectibles. And so on. We've got a capsule hotel. Three, we have a bar. We have another bar or restaurant. Maybe a McDonald's. And another capsule hotel. So with this being either side of the walkway, I assume this would be joined by some kind of bridge or walkway. And our hero will start here. So, you see my little character sheet here is a bit simplified. I've just put the dice themselves on. There's a new system. We'll see how it goes. For momentum, we're going to use a white dice for positive and a green dice for negative. It will probably all go wrong. So we're going to be asking probably a few questions from the fate chart to begin. So he's in the yellow zone as it stands. Well, we're going to ask when I find these dice. I mean, is there any people in the mall? Is it busy? We get a 96. A small chance, so it's very empty. So that's unusual. So is there? So if there are, is there anybody here? Actually, 24. Almost certain. Okay, so it's just not very busy, but it's not like an abandoned part of the mall. So, so first off, we're going to check out the bar and try and get any leads. So we're going to go into here, and I'm going to use let's go to use this green dice. It's going to be K Duster. And is there anyone in the bar we can, is the bar open first of all? 84. No, so the bar's shut. But there's still people hanging about out front, and we're gonna ask, our first shopper. We're gonna say, hey, have you heard of this guy called TP66? And first of all, is he gonna respond to us? Certainly. Okay, big yes. Yes, he is. So, this young lady's gonna be like, yeah, I've heard of him, and I'm gonna say, are you a fan? 10. Yeah, she's a big fan of TP666, so we're gonna have to be careful. She's not going to help someone who wants to know where he is. So, using a bit of charm, K Duster's going to try and say, "Oh, well, do you know where he's making his next video, his next stream? Because then maybe we could, save them." Let's see. So, we're going to go for a compel mood, and we're going to be rolling on heart of a 1. So let's see. Oh, nice roll. So we get he rolls a roll on 6. So we get a strong hit. So she'll do whatever we want. Alright, so we're going to use this exchange to gather information. So we're going to get a +1 to that. So she's like, oh yeah, he's gonna, yeah, he's totally gonna, make a new video soon, and, we're gonna dig a little and go, well, where is it? We're gonna be rolling on wits for this one. So we get a 7, another strong hit. So we do discover something helpful and specific, and we take 2 for momentum. So I rolled on the oracle table, and the useful information I got was betrayed barrier. So I believe that, looking at our little map here, I reckon so far he's only killed people in the yellow zone, but he's planning tonight to kill someone in the red zone, and they think they're safe. So there's only 3 gates to the other zone. So there's going to be a 1 in 3 chance of seeing him pass through here, or we're going to have to move here. So we're going to say he's definitely in the red zone, and he's definitely going to be coming through one of these barriers. And this viewer's name is going to be Pixel Map. I'm using the index of an old IT book just to pick out some names for NPCs and things, to give it that cyberpunk feel. So this is going to be Pixel M is going to be a viewer. So we're like, cheers Pixel, and we're going to make our way towards the red zone. I guess what we're trying to find out now is which one of these 3 walkways is he going to be coming through. And I'm going to ask the Oracle, are they all, is each one, are they all open? We get a 94. No. So, okay, so I'm guessing maybe 1 or even 2 of these are going to be like emergency walkways. There's only going to be 1 route in or out, because they would have to police. They wouldn't want the riffraff from yellow getting into red. So I'm going to roll on a d6 and just pick one, which is going to be the main walkway. So that'd be 2. So that'd be this one on the left is going to be the main walkway, where people, and these ones are just emergency. So we're going to make our way there. So we're going to have to start a journey. Obviously, in this world, this complex is like miles and miles of shops and malls and flats and everything, all within this, this sort of like a Judge Dredd hive city or something like that. So we're going to set off towards that. It should be a good place to start. So we're going to, and I'm going to assume that all journeys within here are going to be troublesome, because we're not in the wilderness. There's no mountains to cross. We are just walking along to, easy listening music, past water fountains and benches and, things of that ilk. So I'm going to run right on here. Out journey. So we're going to travel to gate. This isn't a vow, by the way. It's just a little progress tracker for us. And I've lost all my dice. So we're going to begin our journey. And instead of supply, I've changed it to credit. Because I assume if you had like a high credit score in any of the shops or cafes he'll pass, he'll be able to afford whatever he wants. But if he starts running low, maybe his sponsorships drop out or whatever on his stream, then he's going to be having to like sleep rough in the mall and things. So we're using wit for now, so he gets an 8. Oh, and we get a strong miss, so something goes wrong. So I'm going to roll on the table again. The action oracle. So 75, fortify. And the theme, 83, religion. So Kay just on his way to the red zone, the red section of the mall, is waylaid by some extremist zealots who they've barricaded the way, and they're going to strike down any of these hedonistic teenagers and consumers they find. So I'm going to roll and see just how big a threat these are. Now, is it just a small rabble of cultists, or is it like quite a big procession? So I'm going to roll here, and we get a 90, extreme. Okay, so these guys here, Yeah, I'd say extreme. I'd say it's about 20, and they're armed with like stun batons, and they've got like riot gear, and they've got all like their incense going, and they're all chanting, and they're all amped up, ready to preach the gospel. So K-Duster's he's gonna try and secure an advantage. He's assuming, okay, maybe I've blended in, they haven't seen me yet, but I'm gonna have to get past. So he's gonna try and, at the very least, kind of, try and get up the walkway and get on the second level or something. So he's not gonna have to fight as many. And he's going to be rolling on wits, because he's going to be using his observation of the layout of the shopping centre and his experience of, doing this kind of thing. So he gets a 2, so 4. That's a weak hit. Also, we're getting momentum, but, as soon as he gets close, they start getting a bit uppity and agitated. So he's going to enter the fray. Now, facing off, we'll be rolling on hearts, which is going to be his kind of, his courage, his ballsiness, and he rolls a 4, but the cultists roll a 10 and a 9. So, I reckon he's a little bit shaken. He's not quite ready for how violent and aggressive these, super Mormons are going to be. So, let's role pay the price. Let's just see how bad things have gotten for old K-Duster. 98. A friend, companion, or ally is put in harm's way. Well, it's just K-Duster at the minute. He's in harm's way. So, we're going to, I think at first they're going to throw a grenade at him, like a tear gas grenade. They're already kicking off. They're already, they've already been a bit aggressive, but, as soon as he got close, it's really kicked off. So, we're going to do a face danger to see if he gets clocked by this grenade or inhales too much of it. So he's going to be rolling on his speed. It's going to be pure reactions. So his edge is 3. No, on a weak. So that thing comes straight for him, and it just clocks him in the middle of the eyes, and it dishes out a mean 4 harm. So he's pretty battered already. He's down to 1 health. And he's at a disadvantage. And while he's sort of staggering about, trying to get his bearings, he's gonna have to clash with a few of these boys coming in. So rolling on iron, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we get a weak hit. Sorry, that was a 10, and that was a 4. So okay, so he does inflict some damage with this. We managed to get a lucky, catch one under the chin, which means he gets 2 ticks, 1, 2, plus 2 because he's carrying his old knuckle duster. Now he has been reduced to 0 and momentum. So he'll be now on, if he's on 5, he's now back to 2 momentum. And we're going to have to roll on heart again. So So he gets a 5. Who gets a strong hit? Okay. He gains momentum, you know. He kind of grits his teeth, you know. His augmented cyber teeth or whatever. I think he's going to have to leg it. He's going to have to run. Now he will get another hit on his back as he's running, but let's yeah, he's going to have to. So we're going to face danger on dexterity. See if we can just scamper away. Oh, nice, 6, 7, and that's a weak hit. You know, I would have liked to troublesome cost. So yeah, he's gonna lose some. He's gonna lose some supply. His followers on social media aren't very impressed that KDuster64 has, you know, got clocked by a Mormon and has had to run away. And nothing against Mormons, by the way. And we're going to see if he gets hit on the way out. So we're going to do a... Oh no, that was it. Apologies. So he scampers away. And he's going to try and heal. He's going to look for like a clinic or boots or something. See if they've got anything to, you know, aid him. So he's still got good credit. He's gonna roll on wits to see if he can find anything in his boots. And he gets a 4. No. He looks around, but he doesn't find anything. And the cultists are they're in the shop now. They're still looking for him. So he's gonna have to lay low. And we're going to roll on shadow. He's going to try and, you know, duck behind the aisles, try and slip by them, fire exit, or something like that. So he gets a 5, and he gets an 8 and a 10. So they see him, and they run up again. This guy comes in, and we're going to have to enter the fray with him again because... No, they really want blood now. They really want to deliver KDuster. One way or the other, they're gonna, you know, they want to see him judged. So, as he enters, we roll a 3, and it's a weak hit. So we begin at a disadvantage. And actually, before we do, I'm going to ask how many cultists ran into this shop. Because it won't be the full force, it's just like, let's see how we got 50, formidable. So this is, you know, just maybe 5 of these maniacs. You know, the majority of them are still, you know, smashing the place up outside the shop. You know, they've got people pinned down, you know, whacking them around the side of the head with Bibles and, you know, singing hymns and that kind of thing. And so what do? Yeah, we entered the fray. We're at a disadvantage. We're going to have to clash now. So rolling on his iron, his grits, he gets a 6, and for once he isn't too badly. So he swings his knuckle duster and, you know, breaks this guy's jaw, and he's going to hit for a formidable opponent 3 harm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you know, and and he takes advantage of that opening. They're so shocked that this guy who previously was running for his life and scrambling for supplies, you know, he just opened a can of whoop ass. So he's gonna, you know, he takes another hit and he hits the guy again and knocks him clean out. And he regains the initiative, and he's going to follow up. He's going to start windmilling. So here we go again on iron and 4. So I think his arm's getting a bit tired now, you know, and we get a weak hit. So we do inflict the harm, but we lose the initiative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, his two mates are going to come rushing in now. You know, one with a stun baton, one with a Bible on a chain. And again, we meet them 4, and it's a strong hit. So, you know, it gives them the old 1, 2, and you know, lays the second one out. And Kalis is going to try and end the fight. He wants to regain his. He's still streaming on his camera on his chest. He's, you know, he wants to put on a good show. So he's gonna, you know, he's going to try and finish the third one with a bit of pizzazz and style. So rolling, and this is on against a 6 of progress. We get a weak hit. So he does in fact finish this small group of zealots. However, I think now this won't be forgotten. These cultists, and I'm going to write them in my little NPC roster here. Let's call them the you know, I'm going to call them the True Jesus Force. Have marked him down for vengeance. So if they see him again, this time they're going to be prepared. And yeah, he's going to he's going to slip way out of a fire exit. You know, try and go around. And we're going to roll for this. Does he find a way around these maniacs, or are they also, you know, are they trying to cut people off? Are they trying to escape down these little these side corridors? So I want to do face danger again, and again we're going to roll on wits because this is due to his, you know, smarts about the layout of the place. He gets a 3, a 1, and a 5. So that's a So I had to cut the video short because my phone ran out of battery. But to recap what happened in this session is we started with K-Duster64, who was on the trail of TP666, and the bar was closed, but he did manage to speak to one of 666's fans called Pixel, and she gave him a good lead that he was planning to murder someone trying to enter the red zone from yellow. But on the way, there was a big riot procession of the True Jesus Force cultists, and after trying to slip by them and then punch his way through, he fled into a boots, didn't find any supplies, got jumped by a patrol they sent after him. He managed to knock them out with a lucky, you know, couple of hooks, and finished the last one, improving his standing on his stream. And now he is sneaking through a side passage to get round the cultists, at the expense of boring his viewers, who his credit has dropped a little bit. A sponsor pulled out because there's been no violence for at least 15 minutes. So I've enjoyed it so far. It just shows that you can create a very unique campaign setting using any rules, and it isn't my idea. I'm just regurgitating what other YouTubers have done, or gamers, or whatever we call ourselves. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.